Was that supposed to be the last one?
Am I the riddle dead?
Was that supposed to be the last one?
Am I the riddle dead?
Keep
Am I the riddle dead?
Keep
my stead. Keep
Take a chance in the army. Take a chance instead. Magic training on. Feeling dangerous. Feeling magic training on. Coming out of the riddle dead. Coming out of the comfort zone.
Scope army. Scope army. In the army. Be a target. In the army. Am I the riddle dead? Am I the riddle dead? Am I the riddle dead?
Dead in no man's land. Dead in no man's land. Angel fear.
Am I the riddle dead? Am I the riddle dead? Keep my stead. Keep a cool head. Am I the riddle dead? Where take a chance? Am I the riddle dead? Where fire between the lines to ride the fire in line. Better keep my stead. Coming out of my comfort zone. Keep my stead. Am I the riddle dead?
Nice.
Keep my stead. Let's go bar me. Keep the army head. Be a target.
I remember the war such a long time ago, but I remember it just like if it was yesterday. There was the old major who just loved to sit in the armchair. He didn't get out much. And there was Martinov who had fought in Spain for the communists, the leftist forces in Spain. And then there was myself. I remember a dog. I think the dog's name was Mishka. I think the dog was my sister's dog. And I had the dog at the beginning of the war. When I wandered around, we were so confused. We didn't know what was happening when the Germans came. We just wandered around and met up.
I've sunken enough Dutch courage. Maybe if I'm sunken enough that I'll just pretend, that I'm sunken too much. Sunken the spirits. Because I found that one sure way to test the spirits, is to be a stand-up comedian. No, when you're joking here. One sure way to test the spirits is to be a proofreader. So here begins the story with performance poetry. Well, the first foray into performance poetry. Okay. Right. So much time is elapsed watching, listening, to pounding waves, collapsing, relapsing, relapsing and elapsing, relapsing, elapsing in the distance. Relapsing, elapsing, resounding in the distance, like mercurial thoughts, dislodged, displaced by momentary lapses of reason. Mercurial thorns, waxing and waning in the sun. Sparks of light, glimmering over shivering waves.
No, that bit's fine. It's cracking that kind of worries me.
You'll be fine, he said. Just balance, easy. Say it
Come on. Roll it down, look at me. Just do it to me.
No, but I'm sure it's done.
No, don't. Cousin, just walk. That 100-foot drop anyway, so I think we'll be fine.
soft landing.
Yeah. You're right.
Okay.
Because they got supplied by the Germans, didn't they?
Yeah.
And the Italians. Some had Italian helmets.
Ready? Color. Of course, this communist Islam. The thinking Russian. Fights for the communists.
So, you're Russian. You Russian?
Yeah,
Huh?
I'm rushing to get home.
What you doing here in my country? Why you doing here in my country, huh? Communist pig. What you doing here in my Hispania? What you doing here? What's your name, Russian?
Where are you from?
Where are you from?
What's your name?
Lassie, so now I'm red or dead. No,
What's your
I
name?
don't have my name is Martinov.
Martinov. Huh? What are you doing in my... Yeah, what are you doing in my country? Huh? Why you interfere my business? Huh? I'm not in your country. What you doing in my country?
It looks like he is a shell shock. Right? It looks like he's shell shock.
Shell shock. You'll have more than shell shock when I finish with it.
His head can't keep still. It looks like he's died.
You're too many bomb in the head. When I finish with him, he have more boom in the head. Huh? Russian pig, come here my country. Martinov. Huh? Why you not go home and look after your own Russian affairs? Why you doing here? What are you doing here? In my country? In my Hispania? Huh?
This thing with a friendly invasion.
The invasion? You wait and see. The whole world is gonna rise up against you communists. Huh? They're gonna rise up against you and get rid of you.
Hey, Martinov!
We soon finish you. We soon finish you.
Sure, in my country, you're either red or dead.
Red or dead?
You'll be very dead. Sí, en las tumbas de fuego. Al infierno, en las tumbas.
Well, Major Fernandez, this guy is going to be rather dead soon.
Major Fernandez, I swear to it, in my mother's tumba. We'll finish with you from here, the Moscow and Leningrad, and we finish you. In it 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. We finish you good and forever. Mwah. So I hear you communists, you don't believe in God. Why? Why? Also,
You have no need to take control of it. You have no need. Everything for the masses.
Why you not believe in God? Why you not believe in God?
We believe in the people, man, the power of the people. You don't believe in state religion. We don't believe.
No. Why? Why you not believe? Why you not follow your church and your God? Orthodox Church, Russia, same as Catholic Church in Hispania. Why you not believe in the truth? Why you not believe in the truth? Why you not believe in the truth of Jesus Christ? Why?
Lenin and Marx and Stalin.
And Stalin. Stalin's not a god, Lenin's not a god, and Marx was never a god, and never will be. You understand that, Communista? You understand that? Martinov? Why not believe? How about using his nails?
Hey Martinov. Hey Martinov. You communist pig. I'm gonna torture you now. Look your eye of the tweezers. Where's the communist base? You pig? Tell me now, you bastard. Communist pig. Now I'm gonna make you bleed, you bastard. You red bastard. Have lots of blood on your face. You communist pig.
His teeth. Confess. Believe in Jesus Christ. So confess, huh? Confess. You want to be difficult with me? I'll soon show you.
No.
Huh? I'll soon show you. So confess. Communist pig. Confess. Huh? Confess. Or I shoot you. Slowly. I'll start with the knees and end up in your belly, and then I'll shoot you in the heart, and then maybe I'll shoot you in the head. Confess.
Never.
You want to be difficult with me? With the Major Fernandez. You play difficult with me. I'll soon teach you not to be difficult with me. I'll soon teach you, huh? You wait and see when I get my pipe. When I get my pipe. He's done it again.
Human mighty water. Human, that's a thousand rest, as she said. Time and tide, dying, waits. With a passing wave. With a
Russia, vast in opportunity, squandered by socialism. Bertrand Ogden Ebert. June the 22nd, 1941, the Germans launched Operation Barbarossa. The Russians, the army, having been purged by Stalin, stood little chance as the Wehrmacht battalions smashed into the vast Russian hinterlands. The army was very disorganized and almost headless thanks to Stalin and his purges. Yet still, Russia had factories now, brought about by the bloody 5-year plans, which had at least meant that Russia could make its own tanks and fighter planes. Though at the beginning of the war, the invasion, the German Luftwaffe had destroyed many of Russia's fighter aircraft on the ground, and the vast number of Soviet soldiers was squandered by military incompetence.
Greetings, Martinov. How are you doing, brother? For the motherland.
Yes, I'll fight for bloody brother.
Okay, comrade. For the motherland. We go, nah? Go to the front to fight for the motherland. You must come with me. Huh?
I think you're bloody right. I'll fight,
But
first
first,
from Mother Russia.
you need to get strong.
Yeah,
No more vodka. Too much vodka. Stop being such a pussy. Come to fight for the motherland.
yes, I'll fight for bloody brother.
Okay, comrade. For the motherland. We go, nah?
Don't go too far, Mishka. The Germans are coming. The Germans are coming. Mishka, Mishka. We're going to have to go back to the military base. Mishka, Mishka, what are you doing? Can't you hear the gunfire? Mishka, Mishka. The camera, Mishka, Mishka. Mishka. Hear gunfire. Comrade, you can hear the gunfire. Come on, Mishka, Mishka. Come on, Mishka, we must get back home. The Germans are coming. We need to get our things and get going. Good dog, Mishka. Guide us home like Stalin will guide Russia, the Soviet Union, to victory. Come on, Mishka. Mishka, Mishka. Let's go. Look, Mishka, enemy soldiers. Come on, Mishka, there's enemy soldiers. We need to go. Look, over there in the corner. There's at least 2 of them. Come on, Mishka, let's go. Let's go, Mishka. Quick, quick. These are the roads Stalin built. Miśka, come. Come here. Let's go, Miśka, come. Let's go, Miśka, come on. Don't be scared, Miśka. It's over there. We're doing a tactical retreat, Miśka. They won't even know we were there. Come on, Miśka. Let's get out of here. Well, they don't give us any weapons, what they expect. That's the Soviet Union for you. Come on, Miśka. Let's go. I don't know who those Germans are shooting at, but they're wasting a lot of bullets. What a noise. Miśka, come here. Nothing to be afraid of, comrade. As long as we can run away, we'll be fine. Off we go. Hi, Miśka. Soon it'd be so muddy the Germans won't know what hit them once the winter comes. It's sunny now. Soon it will all be mud. Come on, comrade Miśka. Let's keep going. We need to get away from where the fighting is. Retreat. Come on, comrade. Schnell, as the Germans would say. Miśka, come here. Miśka. Hey, Miśka. Come on, comrade.
Zapisany. Ogon. Powzorek. Zabliczkę mu dała zamowa. Jojka argentinową, dziecko argentinową. I rozprół się, tak się naciągło. To już mu prawie brzuch pęknął. Sowa zaproponowała mi się, żeby się poczęstować. Kogoś miałem kieszeni, dałem. Skopiony. Nie tylko. Prawie wszyscy jego przyjaciele. Nie było tylko Krzytusia. Tu nie ma? Nie. Będę zaraz. przeczytała. Szedł do drogiego Jacka, złapał go, który nazywa się Ben.
As I walked along in the forest, I came upon what can only be described as a hole in the ground. Seeing it was unoccupied, I decided I'd go and enlarge it and live there. Unfortunately, it was made of sand, and when it rained, it was, let's just say, quite uncomfortable. And so I decided, especially with winter on its way, that this wasn't the place for me, even though it really was a bunker made of sand buried in the ground. I did enlarge it a bit. Perhaps I cut away too much at the wall and couldn't climb in. I wandered around the forest for many days, hiding from the Germans, going from place to place, looking for food, water, and hope. I didn't find any.
time and tide. Tied up, tied down. Time and tide wait for no man in the tears of a cloud. So much time can elapse, watching the glare waves that frown collapse, like a fall from grace. With knitted brows staring at me, suddenly I'm facing my fears like a storm at a teacup, ready to create a domino effect, rolling back the years, after rolling back the years, to remind me how many times in the past the bows of a ship braved stormy weather through hell and high water, creating a sea blast of peppered snow. In flow, out of flow, time to escape the traffic flow, in time, out of time, time to escape the cityscape into a beautiful calm seascape off the beaten track. Tied up, tied down, don't want to be tied up being typecast, like one who flew out of the cuckoo's nest. Don't want to be tied down being typecast, don't want to live and let die because the die has been cast in the sands of time, and I am pressed for falling. Time flies when you're having fun in the sun. Birds fly past the tilling pride. Doves cry for dry land. Time flies so quickly, tempted by the sweet and sickly. No time to disguise what can't be undone if we're not mindful of the time spent under the sun. I'm either red or dead. Keep my stead. Keep a cool head. Keep my stance. Take a chance instead. Let's go balmy in the army. Be a target for the enemy. I'm either red or dead. Dead in the water. Dead in the wasteland. Dead in no man's land. Dead for angels' feet to tread. I'm either red or dead. Red between the lines. The firing lines. Divided lines. Better keep my stead. Red treading on thin and dangerous ground. Red coming out of my comfort zone into a war zone.
Take it easy there, son. Hi, comrade.
Yeah.
I've got the booze, comrade.
So,
Hey, Martinov. You wanted this stuff.
thanks.
I've got one for me. Come on, hurry up. Cheers. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Cheers. Cheers, comrade.
To the brave ski. Yeah.
Cool. Alright, Mon. Alright, Martinov, it's your go. Come on, you got to beat me after last time. And I've got to change my accent back to Russian.
Ah, right. One foul swoop, is it?
Well, comrade. Cheers, comrade, cheers. Drink to Stalin. Cheers, comrade. It's my turn. I take your queen. You go. And don't take forever, Martinov.
Was I smoking a vape?
I'm afraid they've not been invented yet. Come on, hurry up, it's your go. Come on, you got an easy kill.
Yeah. Looks like I have, actually. No, hang on. It wouldn't be so easy.
You took your hand off the board. Alright, my turn. Check, move your king. You checked, move your king. Check, move your king. Your go. Your go, comrade.
Hmm.
Come on, it's going to be Christmas by the time you've decided your move. Hurry up. Come on. Check.
Hmm.
Oh, you can't go there. Oh, you made a mistake, comrade. Because my castle's got you. You put yourself in check. You have to move back. Go back. Take that move again. You can't go there.
Hmm.
Okay. You can't go there because the knight covers.
I know.
Comrade. Let me see. Nowhere. Nope. 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 Wait, maybe. No, you can't go there. Nope. You lost. I'm afraid, comrade, you've lost.
Hmm.
just as the Germans will soon. How do you feel?
I feel humiliated. Just to think that you bloody Nazis will trying to threaten to overrun bloody Mother Russia. I do not think that somehow to the mother spirit of Russia will make us more determined. The more you think you can infiltrate our country, the more mother spirit of Russia will make us brave and valiant men. 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 Make us brave and valiant men.
Next time, comrade, the next time we meet, I'm going to pretend I don't recognize you. Do you understand that? Because then we'll be in Stalingrad.
Yeah.
So I may seem like I don't know you, but you've also got to not recognize me. Do you understand that, comrade?
I think so.
Okay, good. And then we can find the hidden location of the Red Army bunker and join the old major. Do you know who the old major is? Martinov.
I don't think I quite understand.
The old major. You don't know who the old major is?
Well, I think we're given us time to find him. First of all, we have to find him, don't we?
You do.
Then we'll be able to...
And then we're going to operate with him in an ad hoc way, without the official sanction of the Red Army. We'll be sort of partisans, hit and run. We will hit and run the Germans, not hit and stay, but hit and run, as I'm sure the old major will say in the future.
Yeah.
Anyway, comrade, perhaps you'd prepare a toast to your beloved leader, Joseph Stalin. What words do you have for your beloved leader, Stalin?
To the probably greater military practitioner than Adolf Hitler at the moment. Only one thing is standing as a result of Hitler. That's Stalin. That's right.
Hear, hear, to Stalin. Stalin, death to the Germans. Cheers, goodbye.
Make us brave and valiant men. 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 Make us brave and valiant men.
Wszystko można się przestraszyli. Endeavour jest okropny. Ciągnęła sowa. Ciągnie. Rastkę wciąż. Zaraz wam pokażę. Dam skarpetki dziurawe. Sobie nie udało się zdążyć zrobić Endeavoura, więc sama go narysowała. Potwór rąk i błękitne kronie rąk po czekanosie. Ale że potwór rysuje tę książkę, taki zatrzymuje gary, straszy dzieci i robi dziury w skarpetkach. Powie sobie, trzeba nadzieję, że na szczęście
much time, to and fro, is elapsing, heaving ridges, resculating, watching into fragile, tipping points, cascading columns, pounding, compounded waves, compacting, relapsing, by the domino effects, time and elapsing in the distance, scaling the heights of fashion, resounding due course in the distance, like mercurial thoughts, dislodged, displaced, suddenly come by momentary crushing down of reason, crestfallen, mercurial fallen from grace, waxing away from the crown in the sun, fallen from pride, sparks of to and fro, glimmering over, shivering away, rest ashore, myriad white dying in the horizon, coming closer into view. You create a pathway, thin strands of sea, scattered lace. You move through mighty waters, glaring. That's the father of English poetry said. Time and tide, frowning, wait for no knitted brow.
That was the 5th German I'd shot today. 5 Germans, all with machine guns.
Tied up and tied down. Didn't want to be tied down being tanked.
All I had was this pistol.
The
old major, not that I have met him yet, would be impressed by my credentials. This was the last German I'd shot. All 5 of them had the same machine gun, same gas mask, black hair. He didn't look very Aryan to me. In fact, he looked very much like myself. In fact, it was me. What was this? Is this a dream? What does it mean about me? Who was I? Martinov. Copies of me I've been shooting all day. Collaborator? Traitor?
Tied up, tied down.
Martinov! We come in peace. We come in peace. We have probed you. We have looked into your mind. Your mind. We have looked into your mind. We have heard your poetry. It comes in peace. We come in peace. We want to learn. We want to share our knowledge. We want to help you.
He's a lapse. He's a lapse. Watch. Listen. Listen. Calm. 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 Relax. 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 Shivering over, shivering away, myriad white specks in the horizon, thin strands of light, scattered light, parading, frowning, knitted brow.
There he is. Okay, we're gonna get him. We'll beam him up. We'll beam him up, Pilly, and probe him. Got a new victim. We're gonna take him to space and do weird experiments on him. Yeah! I'm gonna probe him. I'm gonna poke him and probe him. Do weird stuff to him, yeah!
Gaining the height, fast, reaching there, due course. Suddenly come, pushing down, rest, falling from grace, falling from the ground, to and you caress the shore, undying passion. You create a pathway of sea, through the sea. You move through mighty waters, as the father said, time and tide.
We can both do weird stuff. Martinov, we're gonna zap you up. Activate the tractor beam. We're gonna probe him. Let the probing commence. Probes. I'm gonna put that thing in him. The instrument. I'm gonna stick the instrument in him. Calm down, Pilly. Calm down. We've got plenty of time to probe him. Plenty of time. We're going on a long trip. So, we're going to go through the wormhole. Remember? I'm going to probe him. Yeah, Martinov. Yeah. Probing time. It's probing time. Make it so.
Wait to move.
We want to learn together. We want to live live on your planet. We come in peace. We are peaceful beings from another dimension. We'd like to say hello. Hello, Martinov. Can you hear us? We have looked into your brain. 2 brains are better than 1, Martinov. You are strange. We are strange.